Microsoft has a free service called the OneDrive, and the OneDrive is a server that you can upload your documents to and access them anywhere there's internet connection. You can even collaborate with others and share your files on the OneDrive, and even have everybody working on one file at the same time. Whoa, major collaboration. Sounds pretty cool. So to be able to do that, we need to upload, and in this example, my presentation to the OneDrive. To do that, just come up here, click on File, go backstage down to Save As, and there's OneDrive, select it. And here's a graphical representation of the OneDrive. Well, you don't want to have Microsoft say, hey, we got a computer that's known as a server that serves you, that's stuffed away in some warehouse that we've got. It's better if you got something that's mystical, magical. It's a cloud. It goes somewhere. We just don't know where. Well, I really don't. I don't know where their Microsoft warehouse is for the server that when we connect to it, the OneDrive, that allows me to upload my presentation to. In any case, whether it's from your desktop, your tablet, your laptop, you can access that, or anybody else if you allow them to and give them permissions. So to be able to save this to the OneDrive, you got to sign in. You got to sign up for a Microsoft account. Now, if you don't have an account, then, well, you can click on Learn More, but that doesn't make sense. Look, it has a redirect from SkyDrive. It used to be called SkyDrive before OneDrive. In any case, that's geeky stuff. It took me to Microsoft.com. And I'm like, why do I want to be here? It's got nothing to do with the OneDrive, at least not directly. Let me close out, although I can learn more about Microsoft. In any case, let's go ahead and click on Sign Up. That makes more sense because, hey, there we go, OneDrive.live.com. I usually type in OneDrive.com and it redirects to OneDrive.live.com in any case. We can either come up here and sign in if we have a Microsoft account, but since we don't, in this example, and you can see up here, save your files and photos to OneDrive and get them from any device anywhere. Cool. You can see the plans if you want to pay a monthly fee, or if you want to go with the basics and just sign up for free. Great. Click on Sign Up for Free. And then you can create a Microsoft account here, or if it's for business, see plans and pricing. So let's go ahead and create a Microsoft account. Click. And type in an email address and a password, and then go ahead and make sure you understand the Microsoft Services Agreement, privacy and cookie statements. And if you like that, you're good to go. Great. Now, you don't have to have like an email address. You can use a phone number instead, as it says here. And if you don't have an email address and you want Microsoft to create one for you, then go ahead and click on Get a new email address, and then there you go. You got the extension at Outlook.com, so type in like first name or your pet's name, whatever. Just make sure that it's not being used, and if it is, it'll tell you. You can do Outlook.com or click on the drop-down arrow and select Hotmail.com. Enter an email address. Okay, well, at Hotmail, type in something. In any case, go ahead and if you're okay with everything, create a Microsoft account. When you're done, let's go ahead and close out of here. Come back and click on Sign In. And then type in that, well, email, phone number, or Skype, whatever you use to sign up with your Microsoft account. Mine's kkvtpro@live.com. I'm going to hit the Enter key on the keyboard and it says, okay, what's the password? And then hit Enter on the keyboard and there we go. Well, a couple of things. It's freaking out right now. First of all, up at the top, I'm now logged in and I get all these lines that go from one point to another. Just basically, I'm now connected to the internet with PowerPoint, the application, part of the Borg now. That's what it reminds me of. In any case, down below, we don't want to save it to the PC. It used to be on the OneDrive. Well, it flashed off of it. Let's go back to the OneDrive. And then over to the right, I've got the OneDrive folder. Click on it, opens it up, and it accesses the OneDrive. And on the OneDrive, I've got an attachments folder and a documents folder. So if I want to go ahead and save it inside the documents folder, I'll go ahead and select it and click on Open. And then click Save. But before I do that, you can see I don't have any other PowerPoint files within the documents here. And so when I click Save, it's going to be added to what other documents? Let me do this. Let me go ahead and click Cancel and access the OneDrive directly, by opening up Internet Explorer and coming up here and typing in there we go, OneDrive.com, hit Enter. It does a redirect to OneDrive.live.com, and then click Sign In, and then I got my kkvtpro@live.com. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show you that documents folder, I do have documents in there. It's just that I don't have any PowerPoint presentations. So I want you to get a feel of what you're going to be saving it to before we actually save it. So click Next, and then the password. then hit enter on the keyboard. And here's the OneDrive. Remember those two folders that we could save it as an attachment or into the Documents folder? Well, there we go. Let's go ahead and click on Documents, that tile there, and hey, I got 4. I have 2 Excel workbooks and 2 Word documents, but I have no PowerPoint presentations. So I can go ahead and save it to that folder, in which case it'll put it right here. Or, as it says, if you're already connected through the internet, drag files here to upload. Well, I won't do that here. Let me just minimize this down to the taskbar so I can see. And let's click on the OneDrive back in the PowerPoint program. And there you go, Attachments and Documents. Go ahead and double click on Documents and then click Save. And then once you have it saved to it and you're still in the same session, you haven't closed out, well, in the upper left-hand corner, not only do you get a Save button, but it's also a refresh, meaning that if anybody else is working on it at the same time, that when you make your changes, you click Save, but it also refreshes and it brings in those updates from changes that others have made. That is, again, if they're working on it at the same time. We just barely uploaded it, so I doubt it. In any case, let's go ahead and make one change. Let's just take out the A in annual meeting, come up here, click Save, and call it good. Go ahead and close out. Come down below on the taskbar, restore the window, and hey, it's right there. It uploaded it. Great. And then to go ahead and see it, just click on it. Opens up a new tab, so we've got our OneDrive still sitting here, right? But it opens up the new one in, well, PowerPoint Online. Right now it just gives us the read-only option, and you can see the A in annual meeting is missing. And so you can go ahead and just do a quick view through it. Come over here, start a slideshow. In any case, you get the option up here to edit the presentation. Click on the drop-down arrow, and if you have PowerPoint installed on your computer, you can use the full functionality, but if you don't, and you're just using a free service here, well, you can make quick changes, but not with full functionality by editing this in the browser. So if I go ahead and click on it, give it a second while it opens it up in the browser. And there we go. Let me click and type in A, and that's it. You don't have to click Save because there's no Save button. When we edit it in the browser, it does automatic saves for us, so we're good. And then if I want to go back and edit this back into the PowerPoint program installed on my desktop to get the full functionality, and all the features that come with PowerPoint, not just limited features here in the browser, then you have to close out here. And then come back. And then you can go ahead and click on it. And then click on Edit Presentation in PowerPoint. It says, do you trust this? Of course I do. Let's allow it. And there we go. So any changes I make, and I come up here and click on the Save button that also has those two arrows turning in on each other. If somebody else is working on it from the OneDrive, it'll pull in those changes as well. Well, let me come up here and close out of it. And we can return to Microsoft PowerPoint Online or try launching this again if it failed. Let's return. Sometimes when I open it up in PowerPoint on my desktop, it has it minimized down to the taskbar, so you'd think it didn't open. Just click on that button to restore it, and then you'll have access to it. And while I'm in here, I could come up here and share this with somebody else. Let's go ahead and click on Share, see what options we get. Okay, we get quite a bit here. So first of all, you can invite people by sending them an email, add a quick note saying, hey, take a look at this, make changes that you feel that are necessary, and help me out. And before you send it off, you can choose whether you want the recipients to edit it or only view it. Now with either one, down below, you can say that recipients don't need a Microsoft account to be able to view it or edit it, or you can say they do need to sign in with the Microsoft account. And that's nice because if they sign in, it'll actually have their name in the upper right hand corner that says, okay, Carrie's logged in, she's making changes. But if you don't allow it, then it'll say guest. So if you got 4 or 5 people working on it and you didn't allow them to sign in, they can sign in if they want, but if they don't, then you just get a bunch of people with the name guest next to their little flags here. And that doesn't help out because, you know, when they're making changes, who's the guest? I'd like to know who's working on it. So in any case, I would require that they need to sign in with the Microsoft account. But if you know that they don't have one, they don't want to sign up for one, or it's too much of a hassle, just say no. And then when you send it off to them, if they send it off to anybody else, well, they'll have access to the same link and anybody else can log in. So you want to keep that in mind. Now you can do it that way or come up here and click on Get a Link. And so before you click on create a link, you can say this link will allow them to edit it or just view it only. I'll do view only and click on create link. There's the link. Go ahead and come up here, copy it, and paste it in an email, send it off to somebody. You can create additional links. Well, this one's view only. You could have another link that's for editing. So when you send it off, view only to 5 people and edit to another 5 people. If those 5 people send it off and share it with those who only have view only, well, that's going to be a mess because then they'll be able to edit it. So you can't keep track of the links, can you? Well, if you can, great, but if you can't trust the person that you send it to and they send it off to somebody else, so that's not going to be too helpful. And as you can see over here, it's shared with anyone with this view link. Let me go ahead and click close. And that's what you get when you're actually in the application online here, because if you close out and you come over here and you want to be able to share it, well, first of all, when you hover over it, you get this little circle to check. When you check it, you can hover over another one, check that one. Then you get this toolbar up at the top that you can, with those 2 that are selected, download them, delete them, move them to, well, you get the additional button to copy to another folder. Or you can go ahead, well, when you click off it, clears them, go ahead and select them, come up here and click on share so you can share the selected items with other people. Select share. And you don't get as many options here. It's quite different. And the default option is that they don't need, if you do it this way, a Microsoft account to be able to view or make changes, whatever you decide to make your settings, your permissions for here. Let me close out. I don't want to share both of them. Let me go ahead and uncheck that one. You can do it that way. Let me uncheck that one. Or you can right-click on it. And there you go. You get a list of options. And if I check another one, I've got 2, and I right-click on one, then my options are limited because now it's seeing that, hey, you're right-clicking on both of us, even though I can't right-click on both at the same time. It sees the other one that's selected, so we get a different shortcut menu to share, download, delete, move, or copy to. Let me unselect that and deselect that one and just right-click and say share. And you can see up at the top, anyone with this link can view this item. You can click on it, collapses it, and you can click on it to expand it to get more details. So not only view, but allow editing, so anyone with this link can edit this item. The set the expiration date, that's not a freebie, because when you try to check it, it says, oh, you got to go premium if you want this. Oh, all right, I'm not going to go premium. In any case, if you have the option and you checked it because you're paying a monthly fee and you don't get it popped up, well then go ahead and set an expiration date so after, well, so many days, they can no longer access the file. And then down below you can get a link, generate a link that allows them to edit as we have it checked here, then copy, paste it, send it off in an email, or just, hey, do it right here, click on email. Type in their name, and I'll do it here, we'll do KF. And then after I type in her email address, come down below and maybe a short message. Please review and make any necessary changes. Then just click share. And that's it. By default, you don't get the option to say you have to log in with your Microsoft account. So when she gets this and she logs in, you'll see that if I'm working on this presentation at the same time, I'll just see guest. So let's go ahead and have her, when she gets the email, which by the way, when she gets it, it'll have in the title, I shared, and then the title of the file here, OneDrive and co-author with you in OneDrive. Oh, that's nice. And she gets a button that she can go ahead and click on to access it. And when she clicks on it, she doesn't have to sign in with her Microsoft account. And when she opens it up, she gets the option to either look at it, and then if she wants to edit it, because we gave her the option to edit it, she can go ahead and click on Edit in Browser. And now she's logged in. Let's go ahead and click on it to open it up. And let me go ahead and edit the presentation in Browser, the same thing that she's doing right now. And let's take a look and see what pops up. Well, there we go. Guest is also editing. So that's not helpful if I have 4 or 5 other people that I invited that it's not forcing them to log on using their Microsoft account, because typically when you sign up with the Microsoft account, you'll type in your real name. But you could have a Microsoft account that has a bunch of silly names in any case. If you have your real name, and I've got a bunch of people that are viewing this and working on it at the same time, then I can say, okay, great, Carrie, not guest. As you can see over here in the thumbnail preview is on slide 1. Now when she goes down to slide 2 and tries to work on that, then this will update and boom, there she is on slide 2 making changes there. I'll have her go back to slide 1 and make a change Like, let's say, how about if we ask her to delete the A in annual so you can see what it looks like in real time. So she just deleted it, and hey, there we go. And you can see she's got that little guest is working on this part right here. So it's highlighting which text box she actually is clicked in and making changes to. And if I want to turn this around and type in uppercase A, then it updates on her end just as fast, and that's cool. And then once I'm done, let me go ahead and click outside of it, because when I'm inside of it, I don't get this option right here, guest is also editing, and also this share option. So when I click on share, not only can I share it, but it also tells me that Carrie is one that I'm sharing with, and the only one I'm sharing with it right now that I can click on can edit to come over here and change that from can edit to view only, in which case you can't make any changes, or hey, stop sharing altogether. That's pretty mean. Well, I won't do that right now, but what that does is it prevents her when she tries to click save. It says you can't do this because you're no longer part of the Sharesy team. You can't make changes. And like I said, you can go ahead and edit this in the browser. Let me go ahead and close out of it and go back to the OneDrive, then come down here, click on it again to open it back up to give me that option to edit in browser, or let me click on Edit Presentation, edit in PowerPoint with full functionality with all the features that are available in PowerPoint. Click on it. Allow Microsoft to access and download this to my computer here. There you go. Guest is editing this document. Oh, that's fun. In any case, I can click on the Share tab here. And there it is, the guest, which is ironic because I'm sharing it with Carrie, so is it her? Well, like I said, I didn't require her to be able to sign in under her name. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and have her sign in under her name, and let's see if it updates it here. And also you need to know is that when that person doesn't sign in to the Microsoft account when you're sharing it with them, they can only edit your file in the browser. They can't download it to their computer to make changes or edits to it. So now that she's logged in, she gets the option to not only edit the presentation in browser, but with full functionality down to her desktop if she has Microsoft PowerPoint installed on her computer, which she does. So let's go ahead and have her edit in full PowerPoint and then give it a second. And you can see the guest is gone now. It updates, and there we go. Carrie Heffernan is editing this document. Oh, that's fabulous. Now we don't have guest. What is guest? In any case, you can invite more people, whether they can edit or view only, and you don't get another option to go ahead and say, look, in order to edit this file, they have to log in with their Microsoft account. So I like that option by going into the application, as we saw earlier, and saying, look, they have to log in with their Microsoft account. In any case, let's go ahead and close out of here. And let's have Carrie make some changes. We'll just do something simple again, delete the A in annual meeting. And then what she needs to do is, because it's not in the browser, it's not automatic. Well, I'm not in the browser either. It's on my desktop. Is that in order to see the changes made, I have to come up here and click on Save this document, refresh it with updates made by other authors. And you can see down below on the status bar, updates are available. So yes, she's made changes to it. And it says this document has been updated by another author. Click to save and refresh this document. Click on it, refresh, and the A is gone. And it also disappears because, well, there's no more changes, at least not at the moment. So if I want to go ahead and take care of this and say, no, I really like the A, then go ahead and come up here and click save. And you can see down below on the status bar, if you rewind the video, it says uploading to the OneDrive or updating to. And then she has to, in order to see the changes, well, she'll look down below on her status bar and see updates available, in which case she can click on it and be able to refresh it and see that the A is now back. And let's go ahead and close out of here. And if you had a problem launching PowerPoint, well, the OneDrive file into your PowerPoint program on your computer, well, go ahead and try it again. I found that sometimes it'll be minimized down to the taskbar, in which case just click on it and it restores it. Let me go ahead and return to Microsoft Online PowerPoint. We can come up here, click on Share, go to Carrie, and say, look, we're done here. Let's stop sharing. You can't make any more changes. So it's done. She gets wiped off the map. Let's go ahead and close out. And if you want, let me go ahead and close out of here. You can come back here if you're like, oh, do I really have to click on it to open it up to find out who I'm sharing this file with? No, you can check that little box in the upper right hand corner and then come up here and click on that little information circle. Opens it up, and down, well, besides the stats that you get, like the information when it was modified, who'd added it, and date created, you get the manage access, and it would have Carrie here, but since I stopped sharing there, it removed her. So with Carrie here, you can also click on to stop sharing or change it to view only. And also you can go ahead and say, well, anybody with this link can view it. No, let's go ahead and close out. Then it says if you want to share this item again, you need to create a new link. Oops, maybe not. Or you can go ahead and remove the link. I'll click cancel, leave it as such, and close out. And then click on the I to collapse that information task pane. Okay, now let's go ahead and see what it looks like when somebody else sends you an invite to view one of their documents shared from the OneDrive. So let's open up my email here, Outlook 2016, click on it. There we go, Carrie Heffernan, shared Carrie's OneDrive co-author. Well, let's go ahead and double click to open it up. Oh, there she is, and we got her mug there. In any case, I shared Carrie's OneDrive with you in OneDrive. And well, we can left click and download the pictures. Don't do that if you don't trust this. I would put it to the junk email folder. That way it can disable this so you don't accidentally download if it's something that shouldn't be downloaded, a virus. In any case, you can watch my Outlook training videos on how to handle your emails. So down below she says, please review and make any changes you feel would be totally tinsel. And go ahead and click view in OneDrive. Click on it. And I didn't have to sign in, although I am signed in. Let me go ahead and sign out here and show you that I don't have to be signed in to access this because she didn't set that up that I had to. Otherwise, it wouldn't show me this without signing in. So there we go. That's what it looks like. You can edit in the browser, and that's all I get. I cannot edit this on my computer until I signed in. So if I'm like, oh, nuts, let's go ahead and close out of here. And let me close out of my OneDrive area. Let's go ahead and click on it again. And if I want to be able to edit what she has on her OneDrive online rather than in the browser, then I have to sign in. Click on sign in. Hit the enter key to advance and then the password. Hit enter. There we go. So I'm signed in, right? So instead of just editing in the browser, I get an additional option to use the full functionality of Microsoft PowerPoint. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.